Hi, I'm Kathy Blocki, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to help you get a great start in flute playing. But before we begin, there's 3 things that you'll need. A mirror, your Numapro, and a penny. Let's start by working on a good flute embouchure. Now the word embouchure is a French term which means how the lips are formed when playing a musical instrument. To get the feel of a good flute embouchure, we begin by pouting. Then place your index finger in the crook of your chin right under that lower lip. Push that lower lip down firmly into your index finger. And try to make that lower lip as long as possible. Great. Now, since upper lip flexibility is so important in flute playing, let's try an upper lip flexibility exercise. Begin with your pout. Now, lift that upper lip up and away from your teeth. As the famous flute player Geoffrey Gilbert would say, like a horse baring its teeth. Now, let's check in front of the mirror to make sure we're not moving that lower lip. Great. Okay, enough horsing around. It's time to talk about breathing. Now, when I breathe on the flute, I like to think that I have a hole right down here. And when I breathe in, my stomach expands. And when I exhale through this hole, my stomach contracts. Let's try it together. Expand and contract. Expand and contract. Now, let's try that while we pout. Ready? Expand and contract. Expand and contract. Now, let's add one more thing. Whenever we pout and breathe in, let's yawn. Ready? Yawn. Expand and contract. Great job. Now it's time to talk about how we actually blow into the flute head joint when playing a low note. To play a low note on the flute, you need to aim your air right behind your upper teeth, and then use that upper lip to bounce the air off at a right angle straight down into the flute, much like bouncing a ball off the side of a pool table. Now, let's work on putting everything we've learned so far together. First, we pout with our lips firmly together, yawn and breathe, aim our air above our upper teeth, and push our upper lip through the lower lip to direct the air column down. So, we have 4 steps. First, pout, breathe, aim, and push that air down. Let's check it in front of the mirror. First, pout, breathe, aim, push. Good. Again, pout, breathe, aim. Good. Now, to be sure that the air is being directed in the correct place, we check it with the Numapro. The long rod on this device is made to work like a flute head joint, with the embouchure hole being cut all the way through, so that when you blow into it, one or more of the wheels are set spinning. When first blowing on the Numapro, most students spin one or more of the upper wheels. Now, if I blow the same way into the flute while playing a low note, the result is a very breathy sound. To get a beautiful low note on the flute, the air needs to be aimed down toward that lowest wheel. Now it's always interesting to see what happens when you ask a non-flutist or a beginner to spin that lowest wheel. Their natural reflex is to roll the pneumopro in so they can spin that lowest wheel without using their lips to change the air direction. Now this is exactly what happens so often on the flute, and the result is disastrous. So you can hear the difference in tone quality. I'm going to play the beginning of a famous flute solo called Syrinx. First, the way it should sound. Now listen to what happens to the sound when I roll in. Hear the thin and stuffy sound that results from rolling in too much? To be sure that the lowest wheel is being spun because the lip is changing the air direction rather than rolling in, we balance a penny on the handle of the pneumopro, so that if the penny falls, you know that you've cheated by rolling in. Now, let's practice our 4 steps on the pneumopro in front of the mirror. Don't forget your penny. Pout with your lower lip as long as possible. Breathe and yawn. Aim your air above your upper teeth. And push that upper lip through the lower lip to direct your air column down. One more time. Ready? Pout. Breathe. Aim. Excellent job. You'll need your flute head joint for lesson 2. Before I open the flute case, I always check to make sure the name of the flute is on top so that when I open the case, the flute doesn't fall out and get damaged. Now inside we have 3 pieces. The head joint, the body of the flute, and the foot joint. Now, listen to these quick kid tips and then turn off the tape so you can practice forming a good embouchure and blowing into the pneumopro so you can spin that lowest wheel. When you can easily spin the lowest wheel without dropping your penny, grab your head joint and join me for lesson 2.
Oh, hi! I hung a picture of Nellie in my bathroom, so whenever I walk by it, I can remember to practice my upper lip flexibility exercises. I'm getting good at this. Lots of people think that playing the flute is the same as blowing into a pop bottle. But to get a good sound on this pop bottle, you have to blow straight across, just like spinning the top wheel on the pneumopro. Now if I do the same thing on the head joint, I get an airy and awful sound. So I guess you could say that good pop bottle technique is the exact opposite of good flute technique.
If you would like to continue learning the flute using this method, ask your local music dealer for the Blocki Flute Method, Volume 1, or check out our website for more information.